strings, tuples, sets, lists, and dictionaries. Please write down this. Actually, so strings we have discussed under primary data types. So can you remember the other primary data types other than strings? So what are the other primary data types we discussed? Yes, we use that data types. Yes, what are they? So you have to reply, guys. Yes, guys and girls both. So what are the other primary data types? Data types, can you remember this? So what is this data type? What is this data type? Yes? Can't remember? What is this data type? This is integer, right? So it seems that you cannot remember. So this is integer. So this data type is integer. Right? What is this data type? What is this data type? Netuli, what is this data type?
Decimal.
Yeah, it's not decimal. We call that float, right? So that is float. And what is this data type? What is this data type? Third one. What is that?
Boolean.
Boolean. Correct. And what is this data type?
String.
String. Okay, we learn about these primitive data types. Integer, float, Boolean, string. Even though we discuss about these types, there's a significant change in this data type. String data type. There's a significant change in these data types. Today we are going to discuss about that. Right. So basically integers are the numbers, floats are decimal or the fractional numbers, Boolean are the logic data types, and text is string data type. But there's a fundamental difference, right? There's a fundamental difference in this string data type, because string data type has many characters. These characters can be accessed one by one. That is the difference. Okay, so if I ask what is this data type? So I'm going to ask this further. What is this data type? Yes, come on, please answer. So otherwise I'll think that you didn't understand this and I have to explain from the beginning. 0B, then big number. What is this data type? Yes, 0B, a number. What is this data type? Netoli? Netme, what is the data type? Okay, that is also integer, right? 0B is basically representing binary. Okay, so if I write here 0x, so what is this data type then? Now 0x is, yes, 0x is hexadecimal, so that is also integer. And if I ask this 0O, then some number, that is octal, that is also integer. 0x, let's say 0x, something like this, is also hexadecimal, right? All are integers. So 0B is binary, 0x is hexadecimal, 0O is octal. And this one, what is the data type of this? So before we begin, actually, we should know all the data types. So what is this data type? I'm going to write 1.3 E0 E plus. 4. What is this data type? 1.3 e plus 4. Yes?
Float.
Float. Okay, that is float. So that is scientific notation. 1 point e minus 4, e minus 2. Yes, 1.33 e minus 2. That is also float. So there are these are different representations, right? So 0b is basically a binary number. It will be converted to, so when you type, it will be converted to the decimal format. 0x, when you type a number, it will be converted to decimal format. And if you type 0 o certain number, it will be converted to decimal, automatically converted to decimal. It's like a calculator. And if you give 1.24 e plus 4, and you will have the scientific notation. And if it is 1.24 e minus 2, so that is also a minus power. That means 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 2. This is 1.24 into 10 to the power 4. So it's multiplying by 10 to the power 4. So please remember these values, right? There are different formats of giving the numbers. There are different formats of giving these numbers and asking the data type. Okay, if you don't know, I would like if you can write this today, because otherwise, again, when I ask this question, you will be struggling. So please write down and remember that case sensitiveness is there in Python. So if you give simple true, it will give an error, right? Because you don't have simple true. Simple T true is not there. Capital T true is there. So that capital simple case sensitiveness is there in Python. Right? Okay, first write this. These are the primitive data types. If you want, just write as a heading. So after that, so just write, let's remember the primitive or basic types. Just let's remember the primitive or basic types. And after that, you can just add this part, right? Just add this part. Let's remember the primitive or basic types, then write this and show. So these are some data types, right? These are formats of writing different data types in Python. And also note that the last one gives an error. The reason is, so true is capital T true. Simple T true is not available in Python. It's case sensitive. So capital T true is correct, but simple T true is wrong. So that's why I have given this with the error. Okay, just finish quickly. Okay,
No,
let's
no,
move. All right, okay, let's move and let's, okay. So this is about the, so this basics, integers, float, Boolean, those are the basics. But so as I said, there are some special features in the strings. There are special features in the strings, and let's learn about strings. The reason is because after learning the string, we can understand the features of other data types also. So after understand this, after understand the features of string, then it is easy to understand the other data types. What is wrong here? Dictionary. Okay, so it's correct. So here the same spelling, DICTI. ONAR. Okay, same spelling. So just underline. I don't know why. Okay. Then, so let's see. So let me show this first. So let me show this first, and I'm going to use Yes, let's use the same. And I'm going to take a new one. Just close it and take a new one. Okay. Let's take a string. Let's take string. So I'm going to take string. I'm going to assign that string to a variable. So then it's easy to refer. Otherwise, string is lengthier. So let's say there's a variable called name, and this name is, let's say, Amila Nuan Samara Veera, a lengthier string like this. And so if I ask the ideally to print the name, it will print everything. But if I ask the ideally, hey, just print the 0th item of the name, so it's print in the first character. If I ask this to print, hey, print the first character, it's print in letter M. So starting from 0, it's printing forward. And space is also having a place. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the space. So if I ask to print the 5th place, so it's printing the space. Here you cannot see that, but anyways, space. So space also has a number. So this is called index. This 0, 1, 2, this is called index, right? So this index you can use to access the letters in the string. So you can call the, let's say you can, let's call something like 25, and you are printing that is out of range because you don't have 25th. So let's count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you have only up to 22. 22 is letter A. After that, you don't have. So rather than counting from the beginning, you can ask the length of the string. Print the length of the string. So then it's printing, it's 23. Even though length is 23, you cannot print the 23rd item. The reason is, what is the reason? You saw that. You can't print it. So even the length is 23, you can't print 23rd item. Why? It will give an error. Why? Simple thing. Simple reason. So you have 23 letters in this name. But if you ask to print the 23rd index, it give an error. Why?
Index numbering starts from 0.
Yes, very simple. Index number starting from 0. If it is starting from 0, the last will be 22, not 23. Even though you have 23 characters, indexes are starting from 0. Therefore, you can't access 23rd. So that is the reason. Okay. So there's another way of accessing indexes. You can access indexes in reverse order. That means you can start from the corner and access this way. To do that, you have to give minus value. For an example, -1, you don't have -0. Therefore, -1 is the last index, that is A. And what should be letter A? In the minus indexes, what is the letter A? Can anyone tell? Letter A is? What is the value of letter A? Minus index.
-23.
Yes, -23, correct. It's -23 because you are starting from 1 now. Now you have 23, but minus. Okay. Forward to backward, 0 to the length -1. Back to forward, -1 to the length. So that is how we calculate. For an example, if you give name the index minus length of name, so then letter A will be printed. In other hand, if you give name length of name -1, so that will print simple letter A, which is the last character. That is another way of, so rather than counting, you can use the length as a number, and using the length, you can call the last character and the first character. Okay, so before writing the example, I would like if you can write the note related to this. No need to write this singular note. You can just write the English one. Right, singular note is bigger. Write the English one, it is smaller. Right, then, so what about the other tree? So other than, so we discuss about the list, tuples, and dictionaries, but we didn't explain. I didn't explain that. And list is basically a set of ordered items, similar to this string. The indexing will be starting from 0. Right, indexing will start in from 0, and so when you start from 0, it's again list of items, right? But tuple is again same, it's also a list of items. So list of items means like strings text, you can put it to 1. That is correct. Text you can put it to 1. But the next thing is, if you have like multiple things means like if you have, okay, let's say you have something like this. There's a list, marks or something. In there you have multiple items, like you have integers, you have floating point values, you have absent, string value, and some other integers. Likewise, if you have multiple items, you can't include that in a string. No? That's why you are using a list. So this is a list basically. Why lists are used? Because you can't use a string to store integers, floats, strings, everything together. If you need to put those things also, then you have to use a list. That is why we are using list. And tuple is same, but it's read-only. Only thing is it's read-only, you can't edit. Right, for an example, if I want to edit marks, I want to edit the 0th item, and I'm telling marks 0th item is 56. Now, if I ask to print the marks, you can see the edited one. So earlier it was 34, but edited one is now printed. But, so see the string, I want to change this Amila Nuan Samara Veera. I just want to print, right, Amila Nuan Samara Veera. I just want to print like that. This, okay, Amila Ruan Samara Veera. I just want to edit N. So what is the index of N? Can anyone tell me the index of N? What is letter N? What is the number? What is the index of N? Count and tell. 6, yeah. I just want index of 10 is name. So the 6 is, so if I ask what is the 6th item, it says it is N. Name 6 is N. And I just want to change Amila Ruan. So I just want to change this to R. But here you can see string won't support that. String is similar to tuple. Right? String is similar to tuple. You can read, you can get the item, but you can't assign. Right? You can't edit the item. If you want R, you need to define a new one. Strings are similar to tuples. You can't edit. And set. In the other hand, set කියන්න අර maths වල කුලකම තමයි. So similar to mathematical sets. Indexes නැහැ. බිඳුවෙනි item එක පළවෙනි item එක කියලා. You don't have such. No order. Right? It is no order and no repetitive items too. No repetitive item. That means same item you can't include twice. But here, so you can see letter A is here, letter A is here, letter A is here and here. Everywhere letter A is there. That doesn't matter. But if you define this in a set, A is only one item. A is only one item in this set. And dictionary, in the other hand, dictionary, you can define your own indexes. Unlike the 0, 1, 2 counts, you can define your own indexes in dictionaries. That is the difference. Right? That is the basic difference, but we will see this practically, right? not now. In future, next few days, we will see these practically. For the moment, what we are going to do is we are going to learn strings. Okay, right. There are two basic operations that you can apply on strings, right? There are two basic operations that you can apply on strings. Number one, it supports mathematical addition, but this addition is not adding. So let's say you want to print name plus name, right? You can see Aminanuan Samaravira plus Aminanuan Samaravira. It's not adding mathematically, but that is called concatenation. That is not mathematical addition, that is called concatenation. And it is also possible to concatenate by multiplying. That is the wonderful thing. That means if you have a string like, okay, let's say you have a string hello, and you can multiply that 5 times. Now hello, 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 hello. You can multiply. That is the next wonderful, that is concatenating by multiplying. So these plus and multiplication, asterisk and plus can be applied on strings, but not division. You can't divide, you can't subtract, you can't do any other mathematical thing, but concatenation can be done using addition and multiplication. That is another feature of string. And so the positive indexes, as we learn, positive indexes are going from 0 to n minus 1. N is the number of characters, and negative indexes are going from minus n to minus 1. That is a reverse way. Minus n is like if you tell hello, print the names minus 23rd, that is minus n, because we know the length of name is 23. N is the number of characters. Then minus 23 is letter A, this one. In the other hand, you can call the same character 0. That is also A. The last character we can call minus 1. Same time, you can call the last character plus 22. That is n minus 1. Okay, those are the features of strings. So please write down this as well. So I'm going to highlight again in the blue color. This heading you need to write. Except the anubandhaya, you have to write the other things. And also this. And this example. So please write down this. Finding the length. You can do length function, and you can give the string to find out the length. And printing a letter, rather than writing everything, just write the summary. Print in the letter, you can give the string within curly braces, positive or negative index. So then you can print the example. You can say string 2. You just print in the. So assuming the string is hello world. So there's some string. I'm assuming there's a string. So that string you can find the length, and that string you can find the find any character. Okay. So please reconnect when you disconnect, because now we have come to the Zoom limit, and it will be disconnected automatically. Please reconnect to the same link, right? So in next video, we will be discussing printing ranges of string. How to print a range, not single character, how to print a range of string. So, and there's a way printing or accessing ranges. So that can be done string within braces. You can do the start, then the stop, then the step. So that is the syntax to access the range. Start, colon, stop, call, step. If you give the start, stop, and step, you can access the range according to a given step. So let's see how to do this. First of all, finish writing the note, then I'll show the example. Okay, done.